And I'd like to welcome back Dan Ohrweiler of Sterling Financial Advisors. Good to see you, sir. I'm good. How about you?
Good. Your Christmas bow tie on?
Yeah, we're getting going here.
I'm disappointed it's not a green shirt.
I know. Well, you know why? Because if I stand in front of the green screen when I do the weather, I would disappear, which would be kind of funny.
Yeah, that would. I would wonder how that would go.
Yes. Maybe I'll. Yeah, that would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
Now, you know, you had a wonderful event this past week.
We had a nice, what we call our year-end client appreciation Christmas event. I think we have some pictures. Yeah, we had it over at the Pacific Hills Banquet Center, and had about 180 people come, and we were able to have a nice dinner, have some games, and we actually raised some funds for Make-A-Wish.
Yes.
And so we were able to. I think we've got a picture of the check. It'll be, there it is. A little over $8,000 for Make-A-Wish and for Orange County. So that was nice, and we had a good time.
What a great, it was a great event.
We invited you to come and just be part of the group, and it was nice to have you.
It was a lot of fun, and every year you pick a charity.
We do. You know, we've done Make-A-Wish. I don't know, 3 or 4 times, but we try to alternate between, we've done the Albert Pujols Foundation, we did a Bracken's Kitchen last year that feeds the homeless, Jesse Reese Foundation, and a lot of different good charities.
Really nice stuff.
That we just try to give back to the community a little bit that supports the local communities and things, and so it was good. We seemed to have a good time and lots of laughs.
Play games.
Good food.
Let's Make a Deal game.
We had a Let's Make a Deal game.
And I was on the list too because you had
a mixer.
The mixer.
The mixer. One of the questions for our mixer was someone who is a TV host for the Laguna Woods.
Yes.
And you had to initial a lot of different forms that evening.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it really was.
We try to get clients to learn to recognize each other, and when they come to other client events, they'll,
I think that's important.
Socialize together, so it works out pretty good.
Yeah, good fun.
Yeah, it was.
All right, interesting subject today.
I don't know how interesting. Sometimes
you know what? I think
it's boring, but
but I think the title is "How Safe Is Your Safe Money?"
Right.
So basically, we're talking about different things you can invest in that are all considered pretty darn safe as far as risk factor goes.
Right. Generally speaking, when you go into a brokerage house, one of the major wirehouses, Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, their whole approach is a mix of stocks and bonds.
Right.
The more conservative you want to be, the more bonds you're going to have. Well, bonds also have some volatility to them, depending upon how interest rates do and things like that. And so their answer is, well, we'll just put you more into bonds. Well, there's other things for safe money that can help, and I thought it might be good to review some of those.
Yeah. And one of the first ones is CDs.
When you think of safe money, you think of what?
Yeah.
Banks. FDIC insured. We know that each account is insured up to $250,000.
Right.
Okay, and so a husband and wife technically could have 2 different accounts there, or if they have, 3 different accounts because they've come in as a joint account and then as an individual account, and each of them have their individual accounts. So you could probably have $750,000, quote unquote, of protected money there. Generally speaking, the FDIC doesn't come in and liquidate a bank.
Right.
What happens when banks run into problems or whatever, they usually sell it to another bank. When Washington Mutual decided to get out of the banking business, they sold, I think it was Wells Fargo or somebody. And so the only time the FDIC and that $250,000 comes in is that if a bank goes belly up.
Yeah.
And so generally speaking, you're not going to get into the FDIC insurance because they sell the bank assets to another bank and they assume those assets and the creditors and the depositors at that point. But CDs and banks, those are safe money. Okay,
it is, and it's why they're probably the lowest interest rate.
And if you want your money safe and liquid, you can put it in a 6-month CD, but you're not going to get a whole lot of money. You know, but you're giving up interest for safety and liquidity.
Right.
So you're having to balance between them.
And right now, CDs are low.
I think we're through.
Low. Yeah.
Everybody talks to me, and well, if the interest rates go up, I want to be able to keep my money in money markets so I can, get a better interest. I think the days of 8% CDs are gone.
Right.
Simply because the national debt is so high, the feds can't afford to raise interest rates too high because it would bankrupt the country.
Yeah, that's right.
$23 trillion of debt. I read a few years back, if interest rates go up 1/4 of a point, it increases our debt servicing by $240 billion a year. Well, that's 1/4 of a point.
Yeah.
If it goes up 1 point, I mean, it's crazy. So I think I don't know that we're going to see an 8% rate anymore.
Yeah, those were the days, though. You had something safe to get an 8%.
Yeah, it was. Unfortunately, inflation was 8.5%.
Right, that's right.
At the time. So, it is what it is.
Now, the next line, so to speak, is annuities, and these are
we've talked about
companies.
Annuities before, but insurance companies in general. And people need to realize, I sat down with a client the other day that we were talking about the possibility of looking at an annuity, and said, well, how safe is the insurance company? Well, the insurance companies are basically divided into 2 separate camps. You have property casualty, the Geico, the Progressives, the thing you see on TV a lot, And then you have the life insurance and annuity companies, And sometimes companies will merge those together. State Farm does annuities, they do property casualty. The difference being is when you have Hurricane Andrew or Hurricane whoever, the property casualty insurance companies are the ones that are exposed to the risk there.
Right.
The life insurance and the annuity companies don't assume any of that risk.
So does that mean even if there's a company that does all these things, do they have to keep them separate?
They don't have to keep them separate. It's part of their overall portfolio. But you have to realize they are exposed to natural disasters, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, things like that. Generally speaking, if you're working with a good, strong insurance company, one of the last things that I worry about when I put my head on the pillow at night, if I've got a good insurance company for my clients, is them going bankrupt.
Right. Yeah.
In 2008, the people that had trouble were the stockbrokers, the brokerage houses, real estate. Life insurance companies didn't have any problem.
Yeah. They've been, how long in this type of an investment vehicle been around?
Oh, hundreds of years.
Okay. All right. So it's nothing new.
No, it's nothing new, and you want to be able to. My recommendation is insurance companies are rated A++ all the way down to not rated. Okay. Anything A- or above is considered excellent.
Yeah.
And so that's what we use. We use something that's A- or above, and I, in 35 years, I've never had an insurance company go bankrupt.
Yeah.
I have them sold from time to time to other companies, but they've never been bankrupt.
Now, treasuries and the federal government.
Yeah, T-bills.
Yeah, T-bills.
Those are paying a lot of money right now.
You used to hear about those years ago.
Right. We could go into T-bills and get 6% and be guaranteed by the federal government. Those are government bonds. U.S. government bonds are some of the most safe and secure investments.
Right.
In fact, a lot of our insurance companies, when people pay premiums, that's where they put their money, is into very high-grade corporate and government bonds.
Right.
So they're probably 75% in good quality investment-grade bonds, and some preferred stocks and mortgages and things like that. So insurance companies are actually using government treasuries to support their portfolio. And, you know, there's a difference between government T-bills, government bonds, and government notes. And it just has to do with the difference in the length of the time.
Okay.
Okay, T-bills is from 1 month to 1 year.
Okay.
Okay, notes are from 1 year to 5 years. Okay, Treasury Treasury bonds or anything over that.
Okay, so they're, in a sense, they're like, in some cases, like a CD?
They're like exactly like a CD.
Okay.
They'll pay interest rates and things like that, and you buy them at a discount, and when they're mature, you earn the interest. But they're just not paying anything right now.
Right.
You know,
right.
and you know, we saw the interest rates lowered here a month or two ago, and
when you talk about government bonds, is that similar to, I don't even know if these are around anymore, savings bonds? Do you remember that?
Same thing. Yeah, those are bought at a huge discount, and they're there for like 20 years.
Right, right.
And a $1,000 bond might be purchased for $250, but you wait for 20 years and it matures at $1,000.
Yeah.
You know, those are called Series E bonds.
Right, right. Are they still around?
They're still around. I don't run into them as much.
Yeah.
You know, every once in a while I'll have a client say, yeah, my dad left me some Series E bonds as an inheritance.
That's what it used to be, like for the kids. You'd buy them, and I had one, and you know, that was when I was born. You know, and I finally turned it in because after a certain amount of time, they don't go up in value anymore.
No, they've matured, and you can cash them in, but they're not paying you any more interest.
Right.
Right.
All right. So, you know, all these different things are pretty safe.
Yeah, you want to use these as a foundation for your retirement.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the unfortunate thing, if CDs were paying us 8%, that's where we would be.
Yeah.
They're just not doing that. And we've talked about this before, and there's some good, strong companies out there that provide decent annuities that can give you the guarantee of principal.
Yeah.
But, you know, you're not risking the volatility there.
Right.
So,
and, you know, when you talk about that and inflation, I can remember my mom years ago, probably in the late 1970s, had a CD, and it was at 12%. I just remember that because she was like, oh, yeah, that's something I'm going to wait till it matures, and, you know. But, of course, what were mortgage rates back then? Exactly. They were about 12%. You know? My very first house, it was 11.5% mortgage. I had, you know, it was crazy. Yeah. You know. And so it all is relatable. It's everything is relatable, like you said, but you know, the thing that you want to do is set up a plan that your retirement is based upon a strong foundation. Yeah. That's not going to be whipsawed back and forth by the market. Right. You know, so, and that's what we do. You know? And so hopefully we can utilize some of this stuff, but we give up sometimes opportunity to earn a better interest rate for liquidity. People in their mind saying, well, how liquid is this? Well, we don't need 100% of our portfolio liquid. Yeah. We just need to have an emergency fund available that will take care of emergencies. Yeah. And then, you know, structure your plan accordingly. Yeah. And be able to sleep at night. Right. Yes. All right. Well, if you'd like to contact Dan, sterlingfa.com is the website, and the number is 949-859-8900. You can find out about these and so many other things that they can help you out with. And maybe they can come to our client event next year. Yes, yes. He has great client events for sure. Dan, you take care. Good to see you. We'll be right back. All right.